Eddie, Made by Nacho is a great premium cat food with all healthy, natural ingredients. Bobby Flay is involved. He named it after his cat Nacho, who sadly recently passed away. But the cat food is going to continue to its high standards in Nacho's honor. Let me tell you, it's premium
Beautiful
protein. They pile it high. I mean, my cats love this stuff. It's cage-free chicken, turkey, sustainably caught salmon, and white fish. Irresistible bone broth. I mean, super fruits. They even have super fruits in there.
If it's good enough for my cat, it's good enough for me. That's what I always say.
Are you saying that? I've thought about tasting it, to be honest, because it does look pretty good. It's like it's chicken and bone broth, what I feed mine. And then they have these freeze-dried wild caught salmon treats that I want inside. I mean, they look like really good, but, they kind of, honestly, my cats go insane for them. No preservatives or anything, no fillers, no corns, no wheat, soy, artificial colors, anything like that. I mean, you can get it. My cats eat the chicken cuts in gravy. They take after me, everything in gravy. And you can get this beautiful Made by Nacho cat food, PetSmart, Chewy, Petco, Amazon, or madebynacho.com.
I'm salivating.
Greetings, mood killers. I'm Balonius Francine Marconi, along with Eddie Barella. We are diplomats of doom and dysfunction, microphone murderers. Eddie, by the way, it is Taylor Swift's birthday. Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
her movie is out today, Eras Tour movie. That's exciting. She was just named Time Magazine Person of the Year. She's on the cover there with her cats.
Would you say that you are a Swiftie?
I don't know if you heard about this. Taylor Swift, very popular, of course. I love Taylor Swift. I consider myself. Is that from the old internet from like 1995?
I thought maybe. I didn't realize every time we play that drop, it sounds like you're a robot. I'm not sure, but yeah, we're gonna have the engineers look into that.
Yeah,
no, I'm gonna. Yeah.
This article that Taylor Swift, because she was interviewed for Time Magazine, and it's pretty great. She lambasts the music industry and Kim Kardashian. She says that whole beef with her and Kim Kardashian, after they put those tapes out that like made it look like she was okay with everything. When Kanye called her a bitch in a song. And then, she turned on her, Kim Kardashian did. And then she said it took her down psychologically. It's crazy because she didn't even want to be a part of it. I mean, imagine all you're doing is your career. Everything you wanted to, you worked hard for. You get on stage, you're trying to accept an award, and Kanye West comes on stage and grabs the mic from you and rips it out of your hand. I'm going to let you finish. And you're 19 years old. How do you know how to act? And Kanye is a maniac up there. He's, taking away her thunder. And then Beyonce is like, I'm so sorry. She's all on her side. And then come later and they try to like say, hey, we want to make it good. Kanye wants to put some lyrics about you in a song. Is that cool? And then they say that they're going to do it. And Taylor doesn't know what she's agreeing to. And then he calls her a bitch in the song. And then suddenly, like Kanye fans and Kim Kardashian fans are all, after Taylor for something she had nothing to do with. They're the ones that are the a-holes. And so it was a big deal. And then she also lambasts the music industry, talks about, Scooter Braun. And she talks about how the music industry, puts a bunch of teenagers, throws them into the fire to see what happens. And by the time these teenagers have accumulated enough wisdom to do their job effectively, they just go, screw those guys. We'll get new teenagers. And she's talking about how
it's like, just going through teenagers like they're nothing. Yeah.
It's sort of the same way with everything, and radio does that too. Like, they cycle through disc jockeys and they're like, hey, we're done with this guy. Fire him. He has to move to Columbus now.
I feel like the shelf life for everyone is less and less as the years go by. Do you ever feel that?
Yeah,
It'd be like people would stick around longer, and now it's like you get maybe 1 year of fame.
Right.
If you're lucky.
And I mean, Taylor has managed to do a pretty decent job.
But she broke through that. Yeah.
What she says is she realized every record label was effectively and actively working to replace her. She was, approaching her 30s. She thought, I'd replace myself with a new version of me because it's harder to hit a moving target. So she learned how to pivot and play the game. I mean, the article is pretty great. I appreciate her. And I love when I post anything about Taylor Swift on my Facebook page and these old men are like, gross, I hate this. That's so dumb, and it turns out it's not even people I know. It's just trolls looking out there to try to. And I find out that a lot of these old men, I didn't even realize this. A lot of these old men who get political with everything, they don't like Taylor Swift because she has such influence on people and got over 40,000 people to register to vote. And so they're worried about the election because of Taylor, and they should be. But why would you hate somebody for standing up for democracy? That's what our country's about, So,
I
don't know. Happy birthday to Taylor Swift. And I know she'll never hear this, Eddie. She doesn't listen, I don't think. She
might. We don't know.
I think she's probably paying attention to her boyfriend's show, Travis Kelce.
Oh,
and
does
his
he
brother.
have a podcast?
Yeah, the #1 sports-related podcast out there. Yeah, you haven't heard of it?
She likes people with podcasts. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, that's right. Check in with us anytime. 833.
Hi, it's me.
That's right. 833. Hi, it's me. Voice message or text anytime. We like to hear from you. Hear your voice. Hear your vocalizations, see your text, that kind of stuff. Eddie, I like to share with you some of my most intimate thoughts. Once again, Here are some of my Marconi logs. I write these things down, I just started doing the Macarena when I want to end conversations now. Have you ever done that? Like you just try different awkward things to get out of social situations? The Macarena
Why was that
seems to
a
work.
thing? The Macarena.
I don't know.
Isn't it bizarre how that caught on? If you stop and really think about what everybody was doing, and everybody in America was doing the Macarena at one point. We haven't had a dance craze in a long time.
My name being Marconi.
Leave it to Big Macaroni.
Oh. People always wanted to make that a thing, like hey, macaroni. So I didn't hate it, to be honest, but it was silly, the whole thing. But yeah. Here's another one of my Marconi logs. A swear jar, but you take out a piece of paper and yell whatever's written on it. I think we should do that for the show. Here's stuff we just pull out of the jar randomly, and you have to yell it out or scream it into a megaphone or something. I think it'll be fun.
That could be fun.
Yeah. I used to like when David Letterman would do this bit where he would he had the speakers on the marquee, and he would just yell stuff out on the street as people were walking by as he was taping the show, and they were like, "What? What's going on?" They kind of didn't know what was happening, but it was kind of funny. I like that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I always like the bits he did where he messed with people outside the studio. Always
like
funny.
He would, can I turn your pants into shorts? And have some guy out there
that's
cutting
a good one. Yeah.
stuff like that. Here's another one. Nothing refreshes my memory of what I need at the grocery store like coming home from the grocery store.
Oh, of course.
It never fails. Even when you do Instacart delivery, it's still that same thing. Of
you always forget something.
And I try to budget myself pretty, good to where I don't do extra deliveries. So I do like every 2 weeks, I do a big load. And then if I forget something, it's on me. If I want to walk to the store, I'll do it. But I usually don't. So like if they screw up the bananas, then I'm out of bananas for a couple of weeks. That's I don't like it.
But they always mess something up. These Instacart people can never find the most basic items. They always say, "Oh yeah, they're Completely out of mayo. I've never gone to the grocery store where they're out of
Ever.
mayo ever in my life.
We're in America, sir. We never run out of
I-
mayo. Come on. Eddie, I am sharing with you some of my most intimate thoughts. These are my Marconi logs. Here's another one.
Yes.
Don't wear pajamas in public because you don't want to run into somebody like the person who saw you wearing them yesterday.
Okay.
I have slippers that I only wear in my house, and because they're fuzzy, you know, they're like I don't know what you call I don't know what it is. It's fuzzy, and they
Like the bunny slippers, you have those.
yeah, but I don't like to wear them out of my apartment to check the mail
You
or anything.
have slippers that you use for leaving the apartment, like 2 pair of slipper. Or do you put on
business
shoes?
slippers, and then I have Crocs that I use.
Crocs.
These slide-ons, they slides. I have a couple of pairs of those.
Yeah, I exclusively have shoes that slide on. Even my daily wearing shoes, I would tie it so that I slip in and out. I do not like tying shoes. It's a waste of time and energy.
It really is.
Successful people don't do it. I'm sorry.
I agree. I like.
You think Elon Musk ties his shoes in the morning? He doesn't.
Can he tie his shoes? Look, I like a Chelsea boot because you just slip that right on and it looks dressy. It looks like oh wow, he dressed up a little bit today. Look at those shoes. And you're like, no, these are just slide-on boots. It's nothing special, but they look good.
Oh yeah, right.
Here's another one. My phone went from fully charged to 10% while I was asleep. So I guess it leads me to believe that my phone has a more exciting life than me. Wait. It's true, though. Do you have that happen? Like you'll wake up, your phone is like 60%. You wake up, it's like 10. Like what happened? What's going on?
I don't know. I think my phone is, it's on itself at night, going through TikTok, getting distracted, staying up. I don't know what it's doing. You're right.
It's looking through
and
your
the
ex's
new phone,
Instagram, things like that.
Yeah, getting anxiety.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. I have the new
another one.
iPhone, the iPhone 15, and it has the screen is always on. I don't know if
I don't like that.
Is this part of the? I don't like it either because there's like a glow in my dark bedroom at night in the corner, and I can't get rid of it. Plus, I just in the back of my head, I'm thinking, isn't the battery draining? Why would they have a feature that drains the battery? I'm sure it doesn't, but it's in my head, like I can't help it.
And you don't want to turn it face down. I don't want to turn anything face down for fear of I'll get even more germs on the screen than are already there. Right. Which in reality, you probably if you put it face down on the table or your nightstand or whatever, you'll probably get more germs from the phone on your nightstand than you would from anywhere. They say your phone's dirtier than a toilet. So, I mean, not phones in general, just your phone, Eddie. And you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you've heard that.
Yeah. Well, is this you? I don't know. I think I kind of identify with this. They're saying that more and more Americans are in cognitive brain fog. What's going on? What? The number of working age adults reporting serious difficulty thinking has climbed a lot. Are you having trouble thinking?
This is what's going on in my brain right now.
What? Yeah. Brain fog.
Or then sometimes it's like, or like when like if somebody mentions Taylor Swift, I'm like, right. Yeah. So different cognitive functions.
What? I don't know. I feel it though. I feel a lot more foggy lately than I ever have. And apparently it's something going around. I don't know what you do about this.
You got to get
scary.
7 to 8 hours of sleep, and that's the problem with everyone. Nobody's getting enough sleep. And you'd think we'd be if practice makes perfect, then we'd be so much better at sleeping as adults, but we're not. We're horrible.
Our society is not designed to allow us to have any sort of sleep. That's the problem.
Because even when
is
you are
constant
sleeping,
stimulation.
you're worried about stuff that's going on your next day or what happened that day, or you got two sides of it, and it's constant anxiety and
Too
if
much.
You're gonna, oh man, it's crazy. I don't like it. You're right though, but I feel the one thing I have prioritized in 2023 is sleep, because I know
has that. And so no brain fog for you because of sleep. You're saying.
I mean,
That's
I'm not
the
saying there's
cure.
no brain fog. I'm just saying it would be a lot worse if I didn't get sleep. You know? I mean, yeah. I would be more like all the time if I didn't get sleep. But at least with sleep, I'm doing.
Linda?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
Linda?
it's give or take. I don't know, but I feel like if I get enough sleep, I'm rested just enough that I don't need a nap that day. And then I think sometimes it depends on what I eat, like my glucose levels, because if I eat too much junk food, then my energy I need like to sit down. I need to take like a 20-minute nap in the middle of the day. But if I'm eating all
So
health,
you think more and more people are just not getting sleep and they're eating crappy? Is that really what's going on here?
I feel like that's the big major contributor to that. Don't you? Like, don't you feel good? Like if you have if you eat health in the morning, and then maybe have you also eat health for lunch, you feel pretty
Yeah, but
good.
I have done that, and gotten good sleep, but then still the brain fog sets in occasionally. They're saying that it might be linked to getting COVID, and if you get COVID, this is a lingering effect that could pop up a year later.
Jeez,
Brain fog, and they say there's no treatment for it either. You just have to suffer through it.
Oh, well, at least you have that to look forward to.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring some feel-good news to the show. What age do you feel like you're an adult? Now, this is a dumb question, I think. Everybody's always like, oh, you should start feeling like an adult when you're 25, when you're 26, when you're 22, when you leave the house. But what does that even mean, feel like an adult? I don't know. But most people don't even feel like an adult until they're 30, they say. I don't know. I still don't feel like an adult. Do you feel like an adult? I don't feel like I've changed at all since I'm 30.
As a 15-year-old, I felt like an adult because I was in charge of my two sisters and my mom was gone a lot.
Yeah.
She had to work. She was a single mother trying to put it all together for 3 kids. And I always felt responsible for things, and being the oldest kid, but I didn't have, even at 15, I had no clue what was coming, like, because then you got to figure out how to pay bills. But so much so that I wasn't given how some people they just have a blueprint of kind of what to expect in life. I had no clue.
Yeah.
When I first got my first job, I was roommates with one of the DJs at the station. And I don't even think he wanted to really be a roommate, but if I paid part of the rent, he was like, "Oh, well, I guess that's a bonus for me." Then okay, but it had a 1-bedroom apartment. I slept on the floor in the living room.
That's sort of, being an adult, but also not really. I think. Because at what point is it considered that you're an adult? That's what I want. I think
18.
maybe when you have.
I was booted out of the house at 17. And
is there a life event though? Was there a life event where you do that and then you're suddenly an adult? Like, is it you are life insurance shopping, or you're planning your retirement, or what is it? You're painting? You're thinking about what color to paint your house. What is it?
Who's getting a house anymore? So you have to wait to get a house to be an adult? Is that the whole thing now?
I don't know.
That's still
is that it? When you buy real estate, are you now an adult?
Who listening that's not already established is going to buy a house? Probably very few.
No one.
Not
with these interest rates.
If that's the only way to be an adult, we're all screwed.
I know. I think none of us want to be adults, and I don't even know what it means to be an adult anymore.
I like being responsible for myself and not being flaky with my friends. Like if they want to do something, I don't say, hey, I'm going to do it,
that's
and then
just
don't show up.
Not being a jerk. Yeah,
But
don't
that's
be
kind of an
a-hole.
adult thing, you know? Like, I think, you know, you don't do that as a kid. You know, as a kid, you don't know any of those kind of things. But I, you know,
True,
when I was 17 and, you know, my mom and I didn't really get along well. And she thought that maybe I would do better on my own. And like I said, I had my dad. I got like a stipend because my dad died when I was 3. So I got Social Security until I was 18, which was only, you know, like $500 a month or something, maybe less. But
Can
she
you
figured
still
out.
collect that today?
No,
you said
it-
18. Oh,
It
darn.
stops when you're 18. And then, so I moved in. I had a studio apartment, basically where all the divorced dads lived. And word got out that I had an apartment in my high school and people wanted to have parties and it was a whole thing. So I became very popular. But I didn't feel like an adult. But in a way, I mean, I didn't know anybody else that had an apartment at 17. So
No. Yeah, that's not
It was
typical.
weird. Yeah. So, and then after that, I was still figuring it out. Like, you know, when it turned 18 and all that fountain turned off, I was trying to be in radio and stuff like that, but I had to end up sleeping on friends' couches and stuff. I even spent the night, like basically homeless, living in the park in Tucson, Arizona for like a couple of nights because every day I would have to ask somebody else if I could stay the night at their house. It was so awkward and embarrassing just because my mom and I weren't able to get along enough to where she would let me stay home. And it was weird. You know, my sisters
Well,
were
look,
all
look
there.
at you now.
Yeah, look at me now.
All of that.
Yeah,
all
look at
of
me
that
now.
made you the successful radio star you are today.
Oh, yeah. Now, Eddie, I have mentioned it's Taylor Swift's birthday, and
Yeah.
Forbes magazine, not only Time magazine named her Person of the Year, rightfully so. Like she's had a pretty good year. But Forbes says Taylor Swift is the 5th most powerful woman in the world. In the world!
Who's number 1 through 4?
That's a
And
good question.
How does she? I wonder. Yeah. How does she climb that list?
Forbes list, the most powerful women in the world include Beyonce, Oprah, Rihanna, and Barbie. So,
Barbie.
yeah, I don't know.
The Barbie's not even real. How insulting.
Yeah. Here's a few
doll.
others. Melinda
Yeah.
Gates. Now, I don't have anything against any of these women who are married and got their fortunes for getting divorced and having to split, you know, half the money. But it's kind of strange in a way because you think about it this way. Like, sure, she was married to Bill Gates and they're not together. And she did a lot of philanthropy and all that. And she probably would have done a lot on her own if she hadn't been married to him. And that's what's weird about divorce in these kind of situations where, you know, a woman doesn't typically, like, she's not in charge or she's not a CEO or whatever tangible job that people look at. But Melinda Gates is one of them on there. And Mackenzie Scott, who was married to Jeff Bezos. Now, I don't know anything about her other than she was married to Jeff Bezos.
I think part of her deal was that she came up with the idea for Amazon or something, or with
It wouldn't
with
surprise
Bezos.
me. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, hey, you should do
Yeah.
this. And Jeff Bezos is like, I'm just going to listen to her because she's the smart one. You know?
Yeah, I think it was like, you know, Amazon started out with only selling books, and then she's like, you should sell more than books. And then he's like, oh, good idea, you know?
Yeah.
It would have just been a bookstore.
I feel like she probably had nothing to do with what's going on with the warehouses and all that stuff, but
Oh,
You
I
know,
think she was personally in charge of making sure people didn't have bathroom breaks and had to
That was her.
leave themselves in
Sweet.
bottles. That was her.
just when you start liking her, then no.
That was her.
Take that
Just
away.
when you start liking her, yeah.
But like
she enforced
Oprah,
that.
Oprah was just a reporter on TV,
Yeah.
and she built an empire.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Well, what
literally
bothers
had
me with Oprah is she doesn't even have a TV show or anything right now. Why is Oprah? Why is she still powerful? Where is this power
Well, I
coming
mean,
from?
none of these. I'm like Melinda Gates doesn't have a TV show.
Give her one.
Tell me what, you know, like I can tell you all the things Oprah did. I have no idea other than some philanthropy stuff what Melinda Gates has done. But like Oprah, was a reporter. She basically, she brought the talk show format into popularity. I mean, there were a couple of talk shows before her, but not a lot. She was one of the first women.
Well, she basically ripped off Phil Donahue, right? I think that's
not
all
really.
The
Sort of. But I was like I said, like Phil Donahue had a certain audience, and she made it more. Her show was more palatable for people, I guess. And then she kind of pivoted and turned her show into more of an inspirational type show later on. But yeah, she was sort of, like a lot of talk shows had those weird guests on, and they'd say, "Can you believe a man who's scared of plums on the next Oprah?" Or something like that.
Yeah.
And but she built it from nothing. And then Beyonce, who she was in Destiny's Child, and she built her own empire too. I think she's great. Rihanna, same thing. Now Barbie, I have no idea if they're talking about Barbie as an entity, like Mattel, or what that is. She's not a real person, so I guess it's weird. But
that's insulting to the rest of the people to have some. It should all be. That makes the whole list bogus to me if they're gonna put Barbie on there. Like, they're just trying to be cute. Like, come on.
Yeah. But either way, now here's what's confusing about what I have here in my script, Eddie. It says Forbes says Taylor Swift is the 5th most powerful woman in the world, and then it says Taylor Swift is number 1 on the Forbes list of the most powerful women in the world. So which is it? I don't know. But I say
somebody over there is just on something, because there's that mistake and they're putting Barbie on the list. I don't trust this publication at all.
Yeah,
what the hell's going on over there?
It's gotta. Maybe Taylor Swift is so popular she's 1 and 5.
I think the problem is like it's holiday season. They have the interns in charge over there.
Yeah. Eddie, how much of social media is real? Now, Americans believe only 37% of content on social media is real.
I like how Americans have that exact number, and they have this survey. They're calling people, yes, sir, how much of social media content is real? Oh, 37%.
37%.
You're the 5th person in a row to tell me 37%. Wow.
Now let's print that. I feel like, though, do you know when you're scrolling through TikToks and you see people like, it's really obvious that they're trying so hard to make it look dramatic.
Yeah.
And it's fake. Or maybe it really happened, but they're trying to reenact it so they can go. Everyone wants to go viral. You don't. When you try to go viral, that's when you don't.
Exactly. Then there's the ones where there's a family member that is a bit of a character. I think they try to set up the mom or something to say something stupid while she's cooking.
Yeah.
I think all of those are scripted. I don't trust any of those.
And you and I have we've played some clips of her on the air. She's like German or something. I don't know what's her nationality, but she's always lit up. She's always angry. And the kid, like the son or somebody, he lives with her, and he's always doing things that like upset her, and she's like losing her mind. And I'm like,
yeah,
it feels like a character, like they're.
David Grush has alleged.
Whoa,
I don't know what was that. Was that Frasier?
I think
Hello?
a web page just started to play. Fraser Crane here, just checking in on mood.
Well, I believe that was a fake. That was a fake social media moment right there. No,
that's right.
But I do see that a lot. And then these people that are always like, "Oh, why can't I go viral?" They try to go viral. Like the one thing you got to know about viral is you're not trying to go viral. You just make things, and sometimes it works out. But then what? You go viral, then what? I don't know. Like you have like maybe a modicum of fame. You do a deal with Kool-Aid, and then the next day, nobody cares about you.
I think going viral's got to be hell overall, because you go viral, and then before you know it, you have all these people digging through all of your stuff, and then you have all these negative comments coming in, and then people are DMing you weird things, and people are stalking you. They could dox you. Like I don't want any of that.
No. And you remember when remember that homeless guy that had the big voice? He was like the deep voice guy.
Oh yeah, the golden voice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And for a while he was like the mac and cheese voiceover guy, and on Hulu
he was mac and cheese.
Hulu, boo, 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 boo. And he would do all these little things.
Hulu.
I guess I mean, I don't know about him now. He might have turned things around again, but last time I checked, he's homeless again.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, I thought that might happen, unfortunately. I don't know why, but I had that
And then,
feeling. But that's
do you remember that guy that was the skateboarder guy with the, that played that Fleetwood Mac song?
Oh, yeah.
And he was, I can't remember what song it was, but it was like a big deal.
Yeah, right. It's the most famous one.
And then, there you go. You've got their catalog in your...
There you go. Is that it?
Yeah.
That
No. But I think he had a modicum of fame for a minute and maybe got some endorsement deals. And I'm sure, that's, and then what you try to do is after that, then you got to keep making these videos. And then and then it looks like you're trying to make videos again. Then it's like, now he's just trying to recapture the magic. And nobody really cares.
It'll never happen again. Nobody cares.
All I could think about this when I watched this video is this guy's on his skateboard, no helmet. He's drinking. He's on the side of the road. He's going to get hit by a car or he's going to fall down and crack his head open or something. I was more worried about all that,
Yeah. Wear a helmet.
Yeah, and he was in his warehouse at work doing all that stuff. I mean, I liked it. I liked him. But I just
he's doing nothing now, though. People forgot about him. And
me mentioning him might be like, oh, yeah, remember that guy. So, I mean, that's the thing.
Do you think he made any? I wonder if he made any money off of that.
I think he did. I think he got
commercial. I think, yeah,
he got a deal with like Gatorade or something. Some company was like sponsoring his liquids, which is what you want in life, right?
Say you're that guy. You make $1 million off the whole deal, and then you go into obscurity again. That's not a bad deal, actually.
No, it's not at all. I would like to be that obscure. Well, Eddie, it's Taylor Swift's birthday. I've said that before. I'll say it again. Happy birthday to Taylor Alison Swift. We've got to go celebrate. I've got cake and balloons, all this stuff ready to go as soon as we get out of here. So I just wanted to.
Beautiful.
Did you like?
What do you think Travis Kelce's going to do for her today?
Oh, wouldn't that be? That's a thing to think about when you think. First,
do you think he might catch one of those balls?
Balls? Oh, you mean?
Yeah, because she likes it when he catches balls.
Oh, yes. I was like, balls? What? Football? You're like in the game? No, not for. I mean, like, is he playing on her birthday? He's not playing tonight.
Maybe
is he?
They'll go out in the backyard and toss around a couple of balls.
I don't think so.
For her birthday.
But what do you get? Like, if the first year you're dating someone, what's an appropriate gift? Like they've been dating
I feel
for
like
a little
these
while.
Rich celebrity types, they go to the max with it. So probably there's going to be expensive jewelry involved, I would say.
Okay, but what if it's just like, what if she just wanted to like see one of her, like a favorite movie that she loves on the side of a barn somewhere, in a field. Just the two of them in a car, like a drive-in type thing. Something kind of romantical or... a night that he's planned out.
Would that be a lot of pressure? I feel bad for Travis Kelce trying to figure out what to get her because she has everything and she could do anything. So what do you do at that point?
But that's the thing is if you can do everything, it's nice not to have to think about it for yourself and have somebody else think about it for once.
The best thing he could probably do is forget that it's her birthday. And
wait, no, Eddie has done this before.
Yeah.
You've planned. Okay,
it's a great
you've planned.
move.
Eddie does this thing, and this. I'm only bringing this up because we're talking about this birthday, and I don't think you did anything wrong. But you planned a bunch of stuff, like trips and stuff like that, with your girlfriend, and then on the actual day, you forgot like to send flowers to her work, and it was upsetting only to her because her coworkers made it upsetting. Like if they had said nothing, she probably wouldn't have cared, but they noticed,
right?
And they made a big stink about it. And so you were in the doghouse for a minute.
The Yentas got me in trouble.
So do you think like Travis Kelce has this big plan, but he forgets to like, get her some flowers or something or, say happy birthday? Does he grab get some flowers from the grocery store, like Instacart, and have them sent over? So she gets them right away.
Probably. I mean, if my advice would be, to keep the bar low. Don't go too high on it. I know that he's probably going to do something crazy, and he's going to fly her halfway across the world, and she gets enough of that. She doesn't want to do that. Or maybe he's going to buy her something really expensive, like a car. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Just go to the store and get her favorite candy. Get her some Swedish fish. And
Can you imagine Travis
rose.
Kelce? Because he has some talent musically. Like I've heard him sing.
Oh, really?
I mean, and the guy is actually creative, and he's not just like a meathead or anything. That's why she likes him, because he's funny. And I bet he does something creative, and maybe he takes her out to a nice dinner, and then maybe meets up with some friends. Maybe that's what happens. Is the parents finally get to meet? I don't think the parents have met yet.
Well, you know what I think that he'll do for her is probably get Richard Karn to do a cameo.
Oh, wow. Richard Karn?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Richard Karn. Yeah.
It's like what? Hey, look, here it is right
Richard
here.
Karn, and I love my host.
I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. Richard Karn.
Yeah.
Richard Karn? Wow.
Yeah. It's always a gift for any occasion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
The gift that keeps on giving. Richard
either way,
Karn.
I just hope Taylor Swift and Travis, I hope he doesn't screw it up. Because like I've always said, I always have liked Travis Kelce. And I don't want to start hating him if he screws it up with her,
A lot of pressure, because not only is he dating her, also her fans. So
he's dating
luck.
me. That's right. There you go.
I'm always shaking it over the sink to get all the crumbs out of it.